This is KHQA News at 6, working for you.
Trick-or-treaters will fill neighborhoods such as this one come Halloween, but there might be someone in the area that you need to know about. I'm Michael Pilarchi with that story straight ahead.
Plus, we'll have what you need to know to keep certain pests away this fall.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for KHQA News at 6. Well, with Halloween just days away, your child's candy bag isn't the only thing parents have to be worried about.
That's right. Unfortunately, sex offenders are known to participate in Halloween activities despite what the law says. KHQA's Michael Pilarchi joins us live from a nearby neighborhood. And Michael, you spoke with law enforcement in Marion County today. How are they enforcing these laws for sex offenders come Halloween?
Ross Rogers Sheriff Jimmy Shin says they'll be in neighborhoods such as this one, making sure sex offenders aren't up to any tricks. If so, Shin says the treat won't be so sweet.
For 365 days, kids and parents look forward to dressing up and devouring tons of candy.
Gives them something to look forward to and just something to do around this time, gives them excitement.
The kids I babysit, they just really like it, and it's really fun to see them just have fun dressing up.
All that fun could turn into something worse in a blink of an eye.
I believe that we are number 3 county in the state of Missouri per capita of registered sex offenders.
Marion County Sheriff Jimmy Shin keeps a close eye on criminals, not only inside these jail walls, but outside too. He says multiple officers patrol the county on Halloween, making sure sex offenders are following orders.
You cannot participate in any type of Halloween activities at all on Halloween night from the hours of 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
The list continues. Shin says they aren't allowed to leave the porch light on, hand out any candy, or participate in Halloween activities involving kids. If caught, there's one of 2 options. 1,
arrest them there on the spot for the violation, or submit the paperwork to the prosecutor for a warrant.
Shin says keeping sex offenders in check will ultimately put those in the community at ease.
Sense of comfort that they know that we're watching these individuals to be sure that they're not trying to entice any young kids to their residence or inside their residence.
Now, before this weekend, be sure to download free apps on your smartphone to let you know where sex offenders are in your area. Reporting live, I'm Michael Pilarchi, KHQA News.
Thank you, Michael. Well, the trial of a man accused of killing his wife is now scheduled for January. Curtis Lovelace appeared in Adams County Court today, where a judge granted a continuance on the trial until January 25th. A pretrial hearing is set for December 22nd. Lovelace's attorney, Jeff Page, told the judge the defense has made progress in hiring an expert for the murder trial. He said that expert would not be ready in time by November 30th. The former Quincy School Board president and former Adams County Assistant State's Attorney is accused of suffocating his wife, Corey, on Valentine's Day in 2006. He's pleaded not guilty.
And officials say a space heater caused a Keokuk house fire yesterday. Nobody was home when that fire broke out at 214 North 9th Street. There was heavy fire damage to the first floor, moderate fire damage to the second floor and attic space, and heavy smoke and water damage throughout.
Local police departments want you to be extra cautious on the roads for Halloween. The Quincy Police Department says you should drive well under the speed limit on Saturday while children are out trick-or-treating. Also, don't pass other drivers and pay extra attention on the roads because there's a good chance kids aren't paying attention either. And finally, like every other day of the year, do not use a cell phone in the car. Well, things were chilly today, and it looks like it could be a little colder for your Halloween. So let's check in with meteorologist Dave Holder to find out what your Thursday night has in store for you weather-wise.
Yeah, it's been a cool day today across the tri-state. Some of our areas saw a lot more sunshine than other parts. We've had a lot of cloud cover for our northeastern half of our viewing area. But, well, we've seen a little bit of the sun this evening here in Quincy as we watch it set over the horizon. Temperatures did not get out of the 40s here in Quincy, and we're still at 47 degrees. And the winds out there, a little bit of an issue as well, out of the west-northwest right now at 10 miles per hour. Now, take a look at the current conditions. You can see those clouds still holding strong up to the north there in the mid-40s. We had temperatures in the 50s, but they have fallen back to the upper 40s as well now for our southern viewers. There's a satellite and radar. You can see what I was talking about. Thicker clouds for the northeastern half of the viewing area, while some of our other viewers have seen a lot of the sun. There are frost advisories for our western viewing area. The reason we don't have frost advisories for the entire tri-states tonight is because we already had a few frost advisories earlier this year. Now we'll get down to 38 degrees here in Quincy. Those clouds will clear out for everybody. It's going to be a chilly night. We'll wake up tomorrow with temperatures by around the mid-30s tomorrow morning, warm up to the mid to upper 50s with clouds increasing as another system moves our way. And I'll tell you about it, my full forecast coming up in a little bit. Now we are heading into those cold winter months, and well, you might notice a cold draft coming through your home. I know I have, or even higher utility bills. Now, the Northeast Community Action Corporation wants to help with that. NECAC is offering a weatherization program to make your home move more cost effective. If you're eligible, NECAC will help determine the problem areas in your home that need to be fixed. Contractors can then will help you install new installation, windows, doors, and even a furnace. Henry Steiben says he can't thank NECAC enough for helping him cut his utility bill in half.
Anything about NECAC is a blessing. I've been over to their main headquarters. I've been involved with Compassion because there's a lot of folks that need help, but what they've brought to the table is beyond. They make it happen.
Now, a recent study shows weatherization can help cut a home's energy cost by 11% each year. If you would like to apply for the weatherization program, just call your local NECAC office. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Dave. Very, very good advice as we head into those colder months. Well, not all things creepy and crawly have to do with Halloween. Bed bugs are an ever-growing problem in homes. Rod Becks with O'Donnell's Termite and Pest Control talked about those pests today at the Quincy Public Library, and bed bug infestations have reached epidemic levels in some areas. Treatment can be costly. Bed bugs can happen at any home or business, no matter how clean.
Bed bugs doesn't mean you're dirty, filthy. Bed bugs can happen. It happens in all walks of life. It happens in motels. It happens in homes. The cleaner you are, it helps control them, definitely. You know, clutter and everything. You can get around better, but you're not filthy dirty because you got bed bugs.
Now, one of the keys here is early detection. That allows you to take those preventative measures quickly to minimize the likelihood of an infestation.
Chaddock in Quincy is confident its new school will open on time despite 20 days of work lost because of rain. The school still is expected to enroll students for the 2016-2017 school year. Crews have already poured 1,500 yards of concrete. Now they are working on laying water and sewer lines on a new parking lot. President and CEO Debbie Reed says she is excited about having a larger school to serve area communities.
By having a larger school, we're going to be able to serve more children from throughout our community who are in need of some special education services that we can uniquely provide. And so we're going to be able to expand our capacity and serve more children, grade school through high school.
Now, once foundation work is complete, crews will begin laying floors and installing a roof and windows. Well, coming up, we are surprising not one, but two lucky classrooms. Find out who will benefit this month from our One Class at a Time program next on KHQA News at 6.
You're watching KHQA News at 6, working for you.
There's new leadership in Washington. Republican Congressman Paul Ryan officially took over as Speaker of the House today. Ryan takes over for John Boehner as the 54th House Speaker. This morning's vote was merely a formality, though, as House Republicans nominated him for that position yesterday. Ryan says he hopes to unify a sometimes fractured Republican Party while he's Speaker.
The House is broken. We're not solving problems. We're adding to them. And I am not interested in laying blame.
Ryan was first elected to the House in 1998. When he was just 28, he becomes the youngest speaker since before the Civil War.
Well, think back to elementary school. What was your favorite subject? Math, English, maybe spelling?
Mine was gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well,
nice.
For a group of second graders in Payson, it's more like science, technology, engineering, or math. Those subjects make up the acronym that spells STEM. KHQA's Chad Douglas shows you how these kids are about to get a big lesson in STEM.
It's Hat Day in Heather Schregg's second grade classroom at the grade school in Payson, and there's a lot of learning going on.
Math, science, language, reading.
Until there's this interruption.
And on behalf of our sponsors, Titan International, Continental Cement, Green America Recycling, and ETC Computerland, we bring you $1,000 for One Class at a Time.
That's $1,000 toward this one classroom.
We need more hands-on resources for math, science, language, and reading.
And now she can get them. Schrag plans to buy a lot of supplies from vinegar to Legos to give kids more hands-on experiences. She says when the kids engage in their work, she sees a lot more free thinking and group work.
When I see that light bulb go off, it's just amazing to see them just go at the projects and to learn, and then that just makes my job worth it.
In her application, Schrag referenced a quote by Benjamin Franklin: "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." So far, it seems to be working with the kids.
Mrs. Schrag teaches fun stuff to do and stuff we can do it at home too.
For Nolan Sparks, he looks forward to getting his hands on the Legos and other resources.
They're fun to build and there are lots of tips and it helps you do more besides just sitting down.
Schrag says she knows the value of hands-on learning because she sees it firsthand every day. The problem, there's no budget for resources like this, but this $1,000 will go far. Chad Douglas, KHQA News, Payson.
Well, you would think that most schools are well equipped with books for students, but that is not the case. John Lamb is a high school English teacher at Southeastern High School in Augusta, and he received our bonus check of $500 for our One Class at a Time initiative. He says the class schedule recently changed and now classes are shorter. Because of that, he wants new books for his students to read that are more effective for the amount of time they spend in class. He says it's a constant battle to get the things he thinks his students need.
Head itself, a ton of sculptured stone, too poised and balanced for its 10 tons. It moved in.
Well, thanks to our sponsors, Continental Cement, Green America Recycling, Titan International, and ETC Computerland.
Moving on now, a new animal shelter is on the way to Pittsfield thanks to a $670,000 grant. That grant comes from the Richard L. Gray Charitable Trust Fund. Gray was a Perry, Illinois farmer who was also an animal lover and died in 2005. The new facility will be named after Gray and will feature a new electronic air filtering system and central wash system. The larger facility will also house more medical exam rooms, stalls for dogs and cats, and a more private environment for adoption opportunities.
It's going to mean everything to us. It will be state of the art, and the animals will have much better housing, and we're hoping we'll have more people come out with a nicer facility to be able to adopt.
Now that shelter will be located at 909 North Jackson in Pittsfield.
There's rain in the forecast, and I'll show you if it affects trick-or-treating Halloween night coming up next.
Now, your exclusive 7 Storm Team forecast.
Welcome back, everybody. Sleep Tight Weather View takes us to a house in Quincy here that is getting ready for Halloween. Definitely in the holiday spirit there with the leaves changing colors on the trees. Looks a little blustery out there, but they got the decorations. And yeah, it was a bit of a blustery day today, a bit of a cloudy day for parts of the tri-states, and definitely on the cooler side as temperatures were well below average for this late October day. In fact, in Quincy, it was the first day for, well, quite some time now that our high was only in the 40s, got up to 49 degrees, didn't quite make it up to the 50s. 11 degrees below our average. Our low, yeah, a few degrees below average as well at 35 degrees. Now look at the allergy report. Unfortunately, those mold spores has come up now. I'm assuming because of the rain we had a few days ago. That's at a high concentration level. Also a moderate concentration of weed pollen out there. Showing maybe just a break in the clouds there above the horizon, Macomb. Of course, our icon's covering it up there right now, but temperatures at 46 degrees. You've seen a lot of cloud cover up in Macomb today. A little bit of a wind out there right now, also west at 11 miles per hour. That has come down a little bit. And clear skies to the south and out to the west there. Kirksville, you got clear skies at 48 degrees. Everybody hanging out in the 40s now. We managed to sneak up into the mid-50s for some of our southern viewers as that sun was peeking out earlier today. The rest of us have been in the 40s, and we got frost advisories out west for some of our viewers out there as temperatures will dip tonight. The rest of us will not see those frost advisories because, well, we already had those frost advisories earlier this year. There's the satellite and radar. You can see the clouds kind of dividing right through the tri-states. Had some interesting cloud formations over in Quincy here a few minutes ago. Those were those straight line clouds that you saw. It's because there's a lot of waves in our atmosphere, and right at the top of the wave is where you get those clouds. So kind of neat stuff going out there. But eventually all these clouds are going to clear out. There's some pretty good high pressure out to our west pretty strong high pressure. That will move over our area and clear us out tonight, lower those winds and cool us down. Temperatures will drop tonight. By the time we get into tomorrow, a few more degrees warmer tomorrow. We'll get into the 50s as the high pressure moves to our east and our winds come out of the southwest. However, we're going to be watching for a surface low pressure system back after the southwest. It's going to move our way. And yeah, it's going to give everybody, I think, some rain on Saturday. Now, the good news is it looks like the rain's going to be primarily early Saturday, so that should hopefully clear out by the time the sun goes down and we start trick-or-treating Halloween night. It's going to be on the cloudy side, however, and there may be a few sprinkles around, but I don't think that we're going to see heavy rain during the Saturday evening hours. I will see rain on Saturday, however, during the daytime hours. Good chance of that, but by Sunday, different story. We'll warm up 10 degrees and get a lot more sunshine out of there. Cool temperatures tonight. We'll get down to the low 30s, maybe a few spots flirting with that freezing number. High temperatures tomorrow, a little warmer than today. We'll get up into the mid 70s here across the board. Now, the 7-day forecast, again, tomorrow I think we'll see the sunshine, but those clouds will start to build in late tomorrow. Could be some showers late tomorrow night, more like into early Saturday morning. That's when we'll see the rain. If you're heading out to our Quincy Truman State game, and that is on our local broadcast sponsored by our friends Pepsi, that's going to be at 11 in the morning, so it's going to be rainy, I'm pretty sure, for that one. So bring an umbrella if you're going out to that game. Of course, that is Halloween. Hopefully, all the skies clear up for the trick-or-treaters that night, and then our clocks go back Saturday night into Sunday morning, which is fantastic because that means for most people we get an extra hour's sleep. I'm sorry if you have to work through those hours. And then we're going to warm up a little bit by early next week, and then next chance of rain later next week. So a little bit of a period of tranquil weather after we get through this rain Friday night into Saturday.
A fun time here in the Tri-States.
That's going on. Yes, Saturday is going to be a blast. You've got QU Truman State up next in sports. Chris Stewart previews with some local products who have made their way to Kirksville. That's next.
Now, from across the Tri-States, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, Truman State's trip to the Gem City on Saturday means a sort of homecoming for 4 different Bulldog starters with Tri-State ties, including big number 63 on the offensive line, Ethan Decker, who is anything but your average college football player, thriving through unfair adversity both on the field and off.
We all have a story, but his is really incredible, with multiple ACL knee injuries, with the tragic loss of his father at a young age just a couple years ago, where he's a full-fledged man. You know, he's running a farm at home, and I mean, he's a grown man just still playing some football, but to stay with us, continue to play, and he's a first-team all-league, in my opinion, all-conference type football player. He's really thrown